Hello, what is up guys? I am the Quantum Flux and welcome to episode 4 of the Basics of Cinema. Now, I want to make a quick disclaimer before I start the video and start getting into it. I do apologize about the more craziness in the setup and a little bit different. I know the audio quality has gotten even worse. However, rest assured that it hopefully will get better. We actually just cleared the space out of everything, so I have more room to go around. As you can see this thing here and everything, but things are going to keep getting better. They haven't really gotten better, but like, I'm gonna put a backdrop here. I've actually got green screen paint ready to go. And if I can figure out how to do it right, I can do it right. I like this kind of wide angle kind of thing because it's more open and I'm not in your face. So anyway guys, in today's episode we're gonna be talking about pre and post production. So I never really got into pre-production, and the way most people do it is they talk about pre-production, then they go to production and then post-production, which makes perfect sense in a lot of cases, but I really took more of the approach of audio first, then video, and then go to pre and post-production, because pre and post-production is it's a lot quicker, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through pre-production first. Now in pre-production, mostly what you're mostly gonna be doing is writing a script and possibly a storyboard, but you really don't have to. I don't personally write storyboards, but it is a good idea to write them if you want a really well planned out shoot. So when you're writing out your script for your short film or whatever you may be doing, make sure you have a good piece of script writing software. There's several options out there. I personally use Adobe Story. These are not scripted. In fact, my videos here are not scripted, even though sometimes they sound that way, but these are not scripted at all. I'm just talking about things I know and stuff. In fact, I just started the camera I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a video today. Why not? Because I have to make videos every week for you guys. But anyway, guys, you really want to have a good piece of software and I'm going to be talking a lot about software in this episode, particularly in post-production, but here you really want to look at good software, and because what they do is they actually format for you, and you may think, oh, that's lazy and all this stuff, but you really want to be able to have that formatting done for you so you don't have to worry about that, because it's just one more thing to worry about, and you don't want to have that worry about. I personally use, as I said, Adobe Story. However, some of the great options are Writer's Duet if you're working with someone else. In fact, I use this with my friend Josh whenever we were working on his films. We did that for Begin. We didn't do that for Begin, but we're doing that for the finale that we're currently working on. And there's some other things that's going on with that. But another good piece of software, I will link other softwares in the description down below because I forgot about the other softwares. Like I said, this is an unscripted show. But another thing you got to keep in mind whenever you're writing is just to think you're writing a story, is to learn the format of script writing, despite the fact these script writers will do it for you. I know that I confused myself whenever I didn't learn it. But I'll link down below to a good place and a great site to read up and learn all the basics, and I use it as a reference all the time. So that's pretty much all I got for pre-production, so let's go ahead and move on to post-production. Now post-production, you've got your videos shot, everything is done and ready to go, and you want to get everything all set up for your editing. So, first things first, what I would usually do is, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through kind of a workflow, is that you're going to first want to go ahead and import your footage into your computer. I usually use a formatting of the way to organize my files. I usually have an overarching file, and then I have a vid, a thumbs, a final, and an Adobe file. Sometimes I'll have IMG and AUD. Now, it's all caps, primarily just because I like it obvious and it's more nerdy looking. But vid is where you're going to put your raw video. Odd is going to be where you're going to put your sound effects and audio. You can organize that as you will. And Adobe is where I put my edit files, or whatever you may be using. If you use DaVinci, I would use Blackmagic, and then in a subfolder put DaVinci Resolve, and then put your edit files in there or whatever. But I use the Adobe kind of do the brand name and do that because of the different Adobe suite things that I use. For instance, I'll have Adobe, then I'll have Premiere Pro for my edit files, then I'll have Illustrator for my thumbnail thing, and that's a typical YouTube setup. You can also use this, and you can have an After Effects subfolder for After Effects compositions, like the titling I use for these videos. So next, stuff like I use second time in this series. Awesome. So next, what you're going to want to do is really get your footage all organized, and once you get all that stuff done, in fact, I'll leave in the description down below if you want a free little organization thing. I'm leaving a zip in the description down below so you can have your folders all organized if you use Adobe Premiere Pro. And if not, now let's go to that, because I need to know, you guys, once you got it, you got to edit the video. And what are you going to use to edit the video? A video editor. Some people will call these NLEs or whatever. That stands for non-linear editor. That's what most video editors are. Long story short, I don't know what it means. It's just typical video editor because I'm stupid. Someone please kick me off this show. So, long story short, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a good, cheap, or free program to start out with if you're just starting out. And if not, and you're really kind of using, and you're just watching this tutorial, and you got free software, you want to know where to go from here, I would recommend the Adobe Creative Suite, Creative Cloud. That's the name, it's Creative Cloud now. Never used Creative Suite, but I still call it Creative Suite from time to time. So Creative Cloud, and it is about, it's only $20 a month for the first year if you're a student, and it's $30 a month for the rest of the time as you're a student. If you are a normal human being that is not studenting right now, it is $50 a month for the entire package. But you get Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe, everything Adobe offers, except for a few programs, including Adobe Story Premiere, which unfortunately I don't have. I'm just using the normal free version of Adobe Story. But you get everything you need for video editing, and a lot of the time you're gonna wanna go and get your footage all, and you're gonna wanna get the best thing possible, but like I said, get the best thing that's reasonable. So what I would recommend for free video editors, which is what most of you may be here for, is I would use one of three programs. The three best programs is a free version of DaVinci Resolve. I don't know if DaVinci Resolve is free, but I think there's a free version at least, and it's very good and very functional. So you have DaVinci Resolve, you have HitFilm 4 Express, and you have a Lightroom. Now, in my opinion, I would get either DaVinci Resolve or HitFilm 4 Express. However, if you really want to, you can use Lightworks. I don't know if they support 1080p, that's why I don't recommend it. But all three of them are very, very viable. In fact, I know a lot of, I think my guy, shout out to my man, TJ Hanlon. I'll link to his channel in the description down below. He's a really great filmmaker friend of mine. And you know, he actually does a lot of his work on DaVinci Resolve. HitFilm 4 Express is a great design for filmmakers, and it's a great option to start you out with. Another great example for Lightworks. In fact, I used Lightworks before I used Premiere Pro, and I loved it. I honestly thought it was a great piece of software if you have a decent computer. It's free. You just have to have a key. You have a free key. You sign up for an account, and that's all you really need. Same thing with HitFilm 4, and I believe DaVinci Resolve. Never used DaVinci Resolve before, but I've used HitFilm 4 and extensively used Lightworks. So if anyone has any Lightworks questions, put them in the description down, and put them down in the comment section, not the description, because I'm the only one that can edit the description. Anyway, guys, so after that, you're going to want to export your videos. So I'm going to leave some links in the description to go more in depth on how to export. But what I would do is go for high fidelity. If you're exporting to, for instance, YouTube or any real streaming site, you're going to want to export in H.264. Now, if anyone said H.264 is bad, they're right. But H.264 is basically like small, and it's easy to export to most video streaming sites. So you're definitely going to want to use that if you want to get really good video that's streamable and that these sites will like. I would recommend using an MP4 wrapper. That's like, you have MOVs, which is the Apple one, and then you have MP4, which is the normal one. My camera actually records in H.264, which I don't like, but I have to live with it. So long story short, you export your video. I would, if you're a Premiere Pro user, I would do VBR 2-pass, 16 megabit, whatever thing, bit rate up to 50 megabits bit rate. Get that up to slider all the way up. You go highest video depth. And last but not least, you're gonna want to get yourself a solid maximum buy rate and all that good stuff. But anyway, guys, that is all I got for this video. It was kind of a short video, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video off. This series off next week with a finale, kind of a closing. If anyone has any questions down in the comments down below, please ask them now. I'm going to respond to them in the next episode, as well as close everything off and give suggestions for future reference and just a general really good place to continue your filmmaking, learning, and stuff. But anyway, guys, next week, actually, I'm going to also be doing a bonus video this week, which is going to be a Q&A. And I know this is kind of weird for me to do because I'm so small, but I have a lot of friends at school who are going to ask probably some weird questions. Anyone who wants to. So kind of an entertaining video for you guys so I can actually kind of interact with the very, very, very small audience I have. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions for me, have any comments, you have any stupid stuff you want to say, keep it PG because this is a kid-friendly channel. Just make sure to keep it PG and all that good stuff because reasons and stuff and all that good stuff so YouTube doesn't copyright strike me despite the fact I'm incredibly small. Anyway, go ahead and put those guys in the comments section down below. Anyway, guys, I am the Quantum Flux, and I will see you and like the 196 other people that subscribe to this channel as of the current date in the next video-ish. Next week, later this week, whenever it comes out. Alright, guys, bye.